Week 3 of taking my ecom email marketing agency to $100,000 per month. Let's go. So I have my notes here as usual. Here are my notes. And so I'll break these down. I want to talk about firstly one thing I've noticed actually, and I found this really beneficial. It's not on my notes, but I wanted to bring it up. I was spending a lot of time on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and a while back I was watching some TikTok as well, and just there is something about it. Even if you're someone that's always watching like Alex Hormozi or like people that really know what they're talking about, Daniel Fazio, all those cool people, the thing to really understand with that is, for me at least, was there's so much to learn out there that if you spend too much time doing it, you spend very little time acting. And so one of the things I think is, let's say I watched a video from Alex Hormozi and I want to implement some of that. And what happens is, between you watch the video, then you want to implement it, and then you start implementing it, and then during the day or during your days you watch other videos and you're like, oh, I want to implement this, I want to implement that. What ends up happening, I think this almost automatically happens, is you end up constantly switching directions. And I've never heard anyone talk about this, but I truly feel it, and you have to think about whether this applies to you or not. But I truly feel it, where it's like, okay, you should do this to acquire clients, then you should do that, and cold email and inbound and, referrals or paid ads, whatever. And so you actually end up constantly switching direction, even if it's gradually, unless you've got a lot of self-control. But I think even if you do, you'll still be slightly influenced to do it. So there is something really nice about, okay, you spend a lot of time learning, just stop now. Stop. And this is very counter kind of advice online, counterintuitive or whatever people are saying, but it's like, you've learned so much now apply it. You've taken notes, you've got videos, you've got tutorials, you've got courses, you can go back on them and rewatch them, bookmark things, whatever. And you're like, oh, I heard this really cool bit of advice. How do I apply it? Apply it. Cool. And now let it run, let it happen. This happens a lot with things like cold email, paid ads. You're not supposed to be changing every 5 minutes. You're supposed to set it, let it run, get some good data, and then make good decisions based off that data, right? So what I've noticed from blocking social media in general, I only use Twitter now, and a tiny bit of YouTube, but not much, is be really careful about, especially short form content. It's shit. It's mostly like, there's some really good stuff there, some really good bits of knowledge, but it'll constantly like send you in different directions. So just be mindful of that. So I've stopped doing that, and now I feel like my thoughts are really clear. I know what I need to do. I wake up every day and I'm like, okay, here's what I need to take action on. Okay, all right, enough about that. I went too long about that one, but I hope that made sense. So first thing I want to talk about is we're going heavy on outreach. We're doing several things. This is, I think, really valuable for anyone watching. So we're doing cold email at the moment. We're doing we're building social personal brand. Okay, that's another one, but that one's going to take a while. We've got a very strong referral system. I mentioned that on the last episode. I'm not going to talk about it here. And then I also want to start running paid ads in February. So we're not doing it yet because we're not set up for it. But one of my mentors is always recommending that we do paid ads. I think that's going to be a really good system. And I think some people say use one system, go all in on it. I think that's really good. But when you have that working reasonably well, start looking into leveraging other systems. And some people might disagree with that, but that's just my thought process at the moment. Okay, the other thing is stop doing pointless stuff. That's what my notes say here. And what I mean by that is be always really conscious of what's valuable for you to work on your business. So if you're someone that just started and you have 0 clients, honestly, I'll save you time. Truly what's important is acquiring clients, retaining clients. That's it. Anything else is bullshit. And I would actually put the priority on that, especially in the beginning. You should only be doing acquiring clients because you don't have clients to manage. And you might be thinking, well, I might not have the skills to deliver the service. Well, just watch one course and then just follow that and go from there and learn from those mistakes. That's the whole point. Like, I'm sure a lot of you are building websites, doing logos, doing all this pointless shit that doesn't do anything for you. I've seen people with terrible landing pages get websites. So just get a CARD, CARRD website page, costs nothing. Just set it up, have it running, just copy someone else's format and go from there. You don't necessarily need a VSL or video sales letter or anything like that. Just put something up and then, if you don't know what to do, just go DM people, go do a bunch of things, offer them a really good value. So go like really cheap if you don't have case studies. Don't try not to do for free. I would avoid that. You can do that if you have absolutely no skill in the service delivery, but I would recommend cheap, because if you do it for free, people don't respect you. That's just my thought process. They don't value it. So maybe it's not so much the respect, they don't value you. That's important. So yeah, we're going to start doing multiple ways of acquiring clients. We're doubling down on cold email as well. We're going really heavy on that. We've got a really good system in place at the moment. And the final thing I want to say as part of kind of this week's learnings, in terms of progress, so I've got 2 or 3 people on the fence about to join us. I'm hoping I close some of them. I had a really good call with a client doing 150k plus per month, which is really nice. That was acquired from cold email. We had a nice conversation. We've done an audit for them. We're hoping to close the deal there. And then we have another one that was a referral, but I don't know if they actually make our numbers. I don't think they're earning enough or make enough money for us to make sense to work with them. So we're considering that. That's another lesson there. Be picky, a little bit picky about who you work with, especially as you start to be established, because anyone that you allow in is either making you money or costing you money. You can only have the make you money part. Okay, I'll leave this week here. I think that covers almost everything. So we're on track at the moment. We're having really good conversations. We're starting to get on calls. The year started really well. I think we're 2 or 3 clients in for the year, maybe more. A few of them are referral, a few of them from cold email, and that's it. So we're also looking to hire a designer, which is cool. We've interviewed a few people. We're hoping to close, hire them in the next few days, and that's it. So I hope that was good and helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.